Hey everybody, this is James from South Texas RC and BRB Racing. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today we are now doing part 3 of the Traxxas Rally. Is it rally worth it or is it rally not? So at the end of this, I'll let you all decide. So next step we're doing to this is we're going to upgrade the power system and the slipper. So let's jump right straight into this project. Let me show you how to get this done. All right, here we go. Let me go make sure I've got that. I've got that. All right, I got everything I need laid out. All right, let's do this. So we need to take off this cover in the back. That is going to be a 2.0 in the rear on that cover. Okay, set that aside. Pop the cover off. Now we got to take the back end of the truck off. It's going to be a 2.5. Got 2 screws right here to take out. Set those aside. Flip over the truck. 2 screws right here. Okay. Oh, lost my bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, pull back your truck off. Just like that. Okay, then we've got their slipper clutch that we're going to remove out of here. And that's the style that they have in there. It has a little slipper pad that's right here on the inside. And they're saying that if you put too much torque to this, it's going to burn that slipper pad. So that's why it's called to eliminate this one. So next step we're going to do, let's go ahead and get the drive shaft out. To get the drive shaft out of here, it is screwed in up here. So let's go ahead and pop one of our wheels off. That way we've got a good sight down inside of there. Okay, it's going to be a 1.5 on this one. Get down inside of there with the 1.5. Okay, set that aside and pull the drive shaft out. Uh-oh. Looks like it don't come out through the hole. Nope. So, that being said, more work. Really? Really, Rally? Rally, really? Oh. All right. Let's go up here. Got 2 screws up here on the top. Set those in a separate spot as it goes to the front. Flip over the truck. Looks like we've got mounting that's going to be going to the top side, which is going to be right here. Those aside. Now we should, let's see what else is holding this down. I can't remember. That's off. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, of course the servo is still attached, but I think we can go ahead and just lay it down. Yep. Ta-da! All right, now we need the 6888X. Make sure that when you go get your part, it is the 6888X, not just the 6888, because the 6888 is to the rear and the X is to the front. This one's also going to be a 1.5. And we're going to go ahead, make it easy since we got the whole truck apart. Slide that on. You got the threaded side, you can see it. Let's go ahead and drop that in. Let's see, 1.5 is over here. Okay, let's go ahead and wind it in. That's good. Okay. Presto. All right, let's go ahead and slap the truck back together in the front. One thing that is nice about these, they are the modular designs like this, so it's not all that hard to take them apart. So I do like that. Line back up. Lined up. Yep, we sure are. All right, so we're gonna go back in with our screws. These were a 2.5. Also, if you're all wondering where I got this Hart power drill, Walmart, 24 bucks. It's well worth it. Just, you know, go by the sound of when you're putting a screw in. You'll hear when that torque load is where it needs to be if you've done it long enough, and you won't strip anything out. But yeah, 24 bucks, guys, at Walmart, rechargeable. I love this thing. All right. Sure we got everything lined back up. We got that servo bottomed out, so we need to get that pulled back up. All right, let's go ahead and pop that wheel back on. All right, once again, snug with that. Okay. Now we got it set up for the drive shaft. Of course, the end that you can utilize is going to be right here. So it comes with the truck on this end for the other slipper. So that one's going to be a 2.0. Let's go ahead and pop it off. All right. We're going to place this on our new slipper clutch. Got a flat side right here. Where the screw goes, pop in on, tighten it down, don't go yam, just tighten it down, snug it down, you don't want to strip anything out. All right, what else do we need here? Oh, yeah, it would help we did the bearing, wouldn't it? Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so bearing. The bearing is over here, and it looks like it might be able to clear everything. Might. I hope. I'm still hoping here. Oh yay, it did clear everything. Okay, so let's go ahead, take this 2.0, let's pop this back on, because common sense says that it's not going to go on with that in the way. All right, perfect. Pop that on, beautiful. Pop this back on, flat side. Snug that down, perfect. All right, that's better. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the motor plate out right here. That is going to be, that's a 2.5. Okay. Excuse the cough, guys. I'm going to tell you, and the voice, especially in part one, I noticed that the allergy season, love it, right? So, motor pops out. We got that out of the way. We're got another one right here. This is a hold down for the wires. That appears to be a 2.0. And get it out. All right. Set that aside. Now we got that out of our way. And we've got the speed control, and of course it hooks into the receiver. These are going to be 2.0s on the top of the receiver box. Okay, ta-da. Then same size. Yep, same size. Perfect. Okay, set those aside. Lift this up. Okay, and of course you trace through your wire. It comes up right here, and of course it's going to be in channel number 2. So we're going to remove channel 2. Pull that out right through the cover. It's free. All right, now we're going to go over here. These are also going to be a 2.0. Those out. Set that aside. Some debris in here. I don't know. Okay, so now we're also going to be adding a fan to the motor. That's going to be right here, and of course it looks like it's going to zip tie on. This one here is going to go into channel 3. So we're going to run this through the cover. And of course you'll see negative and positive, red and black. You look here at your pre-existing one here, black is right here, red is in the center. So black to the outside for channel 3. That's the proper orientation. Let me go ahead and just unplug this for now from it. All right. And we got this one, that's right, I had this one set up to run lights, so maybe in the future, guys, maybe in the future. Okay, so now we're going to take this, run this through the cover. That's going to go back into channel 2. Once again, black on the outside, red in the center. And that's plugged in. So now all of our power source is plugged in like it should be. Tuck our wires back up real quick. Make sure that seal's there. That's your waterproof seal. Make sure you have it put back on straight. Okay. And we can go ahead, pop these in for now. I'm going to leave this off. That way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to move some components around as needed before we tuck the wires. Okay. Let's get our screws from over here from the speed controller. Okay, that sits right there. I think the length of these is going to be right. And no, it is not going to be long enough. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to run inside to my screw box, and I'll be right back. Screws from the screw box. Got a lot of extra screws. Need some more though. Everybody says I've got loose screws. Or maybe in my box of screws. Oh well, anyway, let's keep going. Are they talking about me or my box? Okay, never mind. Somebody's got some loose screws. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead. Pop that in. Pop that in. Make sure you don't crimp that wire underneath. Perfect. Alright. Let's wind these in. Okay, good length. Yes, nothing poked out the bottom. Oops. Oh, get out of there. Okay. That's done. We already got that hooked up. We're good there. Now, next is going to be the motor. So we got granules of stuff in here. Let's get that out of there before we put the motor in. All right. Velineon 3500, part number 3351R with a 13 tooth. All right, so that's going to go right in there like so. And then the fan will go on it like so. And of course it'll have to be tied on. So now we need the OEMs again. Let's set this aside. This is going to be a, looks like a 2.0. Drill's not that strong, so got it. Got it. All right. Okay. Come on, motor plate. Okay, now we got the motor plate. Set that aside. And then let's see where we're going to be sitting at orientation-wise here. So, remember this is the back side. So, once this sits in, kind of get it where y'all can see it. It's going to sit there like this. So the motor, we're going to want, it's a tight squeeze. Pop it on there first. Very tight squeeze. So we're going to have that sitting there. So we want the orientation of the wires to be about like right here. Would be good and comfortable. So put my finger right here. That's going to be hard to get that to come out in one whole shot to see it, looks like. Okay, so it's going to sit right like that. So I'm going to make a mark right there, right there. We have visitors again from across the way, everybody. Hello, everyone. You've already missed part 2 and a half, part.
Oh yeah, we were literally just watching the video.
Good. So what we're doing now is the upgrades. So I would say I should be done with this maybe in the next 10 minutes. So y'all want to try to race it again, good luck.
Yep. Wait, the upgrades.
The upgrades. So I'm going to keep going through and then we're going to get this done. Alright, so we're going to put this here.
I don't think that I want to race it anymore.
Oh, why not?
The upgrades coming in, they're going to try. Ooh. I really want to drive it. I didn't get to drive it. That was the only one I didn't get to drive.
You didn't get to drive it?
No.
Ah.
I subscribe.
All right.
Why do you have your phone?
So let me finish this up, everybody.
I subscribe, see? I subscribe. I'm sorry, brother. You got one of these in your head. I don't care what you do.
All right.
One of the sticky bugs?
All right, y'all take off. Let me finish this.
Okay.
All right, so go 2.0. We're going to tighten it down. Not too tight. We don't want to strip anything. 2.0. Tighten it down. Not too tight. We don't want to strip anything. All right. Now we've got it ready to rock and roll. Now we got the motor fitment. Perfect. All right. Slipper clutch. And of course, I'll show you how to adjust the slipper. Okay, pop it in, perfect. Pop this in, perfect. So we're going to stop there because we want to brace this in a little bit tighter before we try to set anything up. So now let's go ahead and lift the truck up. like to set it to where I can see where the spot's at, because it has a flat spot right here. And we're going to pop the chassis back on, kind of get the orientation set up, the flat spot on the inside. Kind of jiggle your wheels around, you can find the sweet spot. There we go. Okay, motor fell out. Oops. Okay, so now we're going to put these back in. Yeah, they're all the same length. Okay. Right. We got the 2 screws up top right here. Done. All right, flip it back around. Let's get our motor. Someone's car alarm. Okay, then we're going to put this screw back up here in the top for the motor plate. That one was a 2.5. Get it started. Now, setting the gear mesh. A lot of times people will say that, you know, you can stick a piece of paper through there in between the gears and get your setting that way. It's all depends on how you all want to do it. The paper trick is to feed a piece of paper through there, push down, and try to get the setting where it wants to be. I could do it that way and illustrate. To me, it's a kind of a pain to do it that way. So I've already got this set up from the other vehicle, the 13, so everything's even. And right there, it feels a little bit too loose with it right here. See that amount? So we're gonna go ahead, bring it in just a little bit more. Okay, that's too tight. Bring it up a little. Still a little bit too tight for my liking. That I like. Well, yeah. Finish snugging it down a little bit more, see how it feels. Yeah, that's good. And I'll bring it up there closer to the lens where y'all can see it. I'm gonna take the 2.5, I'm gonna tighten it down in this setting. That should be good and snug enough right there. Okay, so to kind of show how much play I have in there is this much. And you can hear that. Well, I got a kid with a basketball over there. Let him quit bouncing. Okay. That much play, you can hear it. So that's good set. You don't want it to bind because it'll overheat. All right, back on track. So I stopped for a minute. I didn't record it, sorry. I forgot to put the fan. I thought, oh, I'm not gonna have enough clearance. So this fan's held on with zip ties. Yeah, I was able to get the zip tie up underneath there. I just need to trim that one up better when I get some smaller clippers. So we got the fan, it's just a zip tie and a zip tie, that's it. So next step, now that we've got this on there, we get our wiring situated and looking better here. underneath that fan wire. Alright. So we got the fan. That can go underneath the strap. Looks like we got just enough play. Okay. So let's go ahead, I guess, plug in the motor. It's orientated wires. Okay. So before we put that in the way, let's go ahead and put that top fan on, because this is going to curve downward. I don't want it to be in the way. I tell you, opening the package is more challenging than putting the fan on. Okay, so the wire coming off of your speed control goes directly to the wire on your fans. Go ahead, plug those in, very simple, just like that. You set that wire right back in there. Perfect. And this has little feet, and it snips right down on top of speed control, just like that. Now we're going to take these, bring these down, and make a nice, neat little tuck. Remember, we got that fan wire that we want to capture in there also, and that hook. Okay, looks good. Okay, there's our hook, and that was a 2.0, I believe. Yes, 2.0. Just gotta get it started, and there's a little slot on it on the back side. So you want to make sure you get the slot lined up with the slot on the chassis. Okay, and we got that hooked in there, right like that. Scoot it over if we can a little bit. Okay, perfect. Screw it down. And just give it a little snug on that one. Okay, now we've got our wires nice and neat and captured in there. Perfect. We got our lead for the lights. And let's go ahead and just tuck this in place. Overlap. That's our antenna, our receiver. Goes in the smallest slot off to the right hand side. And then we can tuck more of this wire up into the box. Like so. Nice and neat. Take our cover down, our screws. Now we got our wires really nice, neat and clean, putting back in place. That one was a 2.0 on the top of the cover. Okay, we've got our gear cover for the rear. Something like that. Let's see what we got going on here. There we go. And that also was a 2.0. And that is what the completion would be. And I want to show one more time of how to take this apart to maintain the center, because you see what we deliberately left out. We deliberately left out the center shaft. So now I wanted to show how a completely assembled truck, how easy it is module wise to work on it. So what we're going to do, Take your dust cover, pop off your dust cover, and this is the same way to get in there to maintain your slipper clutch and your pads. Set that aside, and look how fast this is to do this. Perfect. Set that aside. Set that aside. Pull your truck apart. That easy. Maintenance of slipper clutch. That easy. Let's go put drive shaft in, or I should say center shaft. Center shaft goes through the pilot hole. It will line up to the splines in the very front of the truck on the diff. And then I like to just hold it like this. Drop your slipper clutch back in. There you go. And it does have some play. We can bring it a hair forward to tighten that up, and I'll show you how to do that also. Okay, once that's there, I like to set it where it's like this, flat and flat at the top. Go to my diff, make sure I put it flat and flat. Drop this back on. Perfect fitment. Screw. Screw. Dust cover. .2.0 on the top. And literally it is that fast to get inside of there and maintain your slipper clutch on these trucks. Now I was talking about making this a little bit tighter. We have a little bit of wiggle room. I think that we can move it forward a hair. So let's go ahead, loosen this. See how far we can actually slide it. We put it right about, let's see where the flat spot's at. That's completely locked, tight. I want to leave a little bit of play, so let's walk it back right about, well, right about there. Snug, not blistering tight, and see I left a little bit of flex play in there. Okay, so that's a wrap on that. That's done. Now here's the next thing we got to do. To run a 3S, we got to change this little guy out right here. So let's flip the truck over. Looks like those are going to be 2.0s right here on the bottom of the truck, right here. Just pull straight up out of your truck. Screws, pop them back in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. I've got two different hold downs, so I'm going to test it real quick. This one is a 29 20 millimeter. This one's a 23-25. So, and I didn't change this one. I left this as stock on the very front one because you can run it at an angle, and I like it that way where I can still run the 2S packs. So this one here doesn't angle down far enough, as you can see, to actually grab it. But this one dips, and it looks like, yeah, it's gonna be a tight fit, tight click. I might have to change that out. Might. Very well might. It's a tight fit. I have to go through my piece of parts and see if I've got a tall one or not. It does work. It does hold. It's just really, I can actually mod this a little bit, heat this up, and bring that down so it's not such a tight fit. But that will work. That is clipping, and it's just putting a lot of pressure right here on the corner. Try it the other way. No, the other way is not going to work. So yeah, it's going to have to definitely be either change this out or just mod that a little bit by heating it up and giving it a little bit of a twist. So we're hooked up, we're ready, we're powered up. What's the next thing we want to do? We want to program this to this. So to do that, let me go ahead and grab you all off of here. Okay, so the first step you want to do, power on your transmitter. Then you're going to come here to the button. You're going to push it like you're turning it on, but you're going to hold it down until it turns red. Release. Okay, and you see how you got the red blink? Go full throttle. And it's blinking. Release. Now go full brake. Green blink. Release. And now you have calibrated this ESC to this remote. Looks like we got fans going, everything looks good. Give it a little bump. It's ready to rock and roll. Should we jump straight to a 3S at first, or should we do a 2S? You know what, let's do the 2S first. Okay, almost that time. All right, on 2S. Now 3S. Whoa! I need to tighten up the front a little bit on the shocks. It's a tire spinner. And on 3S. So I'm going to make a few adjustments, raise up the body with some shock spacers, and I'm going to call it a wrap. So yes, that is the Traxxas Rally as a 3S. 3S. Is it Rally worth it? Is it Rally not? With the upgrades, it's Rally worth it. So until next time, guys, this is James with South Texas RC and BRB Racing, and I am out.